Most genres are self-explanatory: puzzle, stealth, simulation, but when it comes to cozy games, you can't always quantify what makes something cozy. Instead, it's about the gentle feeling the experience elicits, that lovely sensation of being able to curl up on the sofa under a blanket and play without any stress. So that's what this list is all about. The titles that make us want to drink tea and listen to the rain on the window outside as we play. Here are the best cozy games to play right now. Let's start with one of the OG cozy games, shall we? Stardew Valley is basically a welcoming hug, masquerading as a life sim. And the beauty of this agricultural paradise is that you can play it entirely at your own pace with your own goals. Do you want to build a farming empire, selling truffle oil to make your fortune? Or do you want to shun farming and cultivate relationships with the residents of Pelican Town instead? Every season of Stardew Valley feels different, and there's constant variation with town events and fresh quest lines. And if somehow you've missed the coziest game of all time, there's been so much new content added since its release that it's basically now 8 games in one, and you probably won't need to play anything else. Just be warned, once Stardew gets its charming hooks in, you're going to be under that blanket for a long, long time. A cozy management game about death doesn't sound like an attractive prospect. How do those words even fit together? And yet, Spiritfarer is exactly this, and somehow one of the most beautiful and rewarding games on this list. You play as Stella, a ferry master for the dead, shuttling souls across the water to their final resting place. This means building rooms, farming, gardening, and fulfilling the last wishes of those on board. It's gentle but evocative, and there's even a dedicated hug button for your passengers. Spiritfarer is a rare treat, and while there is eventually an endpoint, this is a beautiful experience that ticks all of the cozy boxes. Plus, it may well bring a tear or 6 to your eye as well along the way. Oh, and did we mention there's a local co-op 2-player where a friend can join and play as a cat called Daffodil? See? Sold. Let's face it, 22.4 million players in 4 months can't be wrong. The now legendary Animal Crossing New Horizons was a revelation for old and new players in 2020 and is still a perfect cozy game. Mirroring the day with real-time, New Horizons immediately slows things right down, letting us fish, catch bugs, or just admire the sunset at our very own pace. There are no deadlines here, no stressful quests to fulfill, just a mortgage without an end date that you're going to want to pay off anyway, so you can fill your in-game house with more perfectly crafted and customized furniture. Whether you just want to spend time with your villagers or focus on filling the museum with fossils, everything is gentle and charming. Even better is the fact that once you've spent hours perfectly cultivating the perfect island, you can invite friends over to show it off. It's not a hard and fast rule, but chances are that if there's an abundance of smiling blobs on your game, there's a distinct possibility that it's in the cozy category. Slime Rancher is a joyous life and farm sim with a jelly-like twist as you set out to capture a variety of bouncing slimes. Once you've got them sucked into your vacuum pack, you can then pop them into an enclosure, make sure they've got plenty to eat, and even play music to keep them calm to help prevent escapes. You'll then quickly become intimately acquainted with slime biology because slime poop, or plorts, fetch a pretty penny on the plort market. That's right, this is a game about farming caca. It's a gentle one though, with a lovely warm and fuzzy feel. Just remember to wash your hands, yeah? Maybe the agriculture of Stardew Valley isn't your thing, and you prefer a life of magic. Then Little Witch in the Woods will be much more your cup of potion. This pixelated wonder is another engaging management sim as you take on the role of Ellie, helping the residents of a ramshackle village bring life back to the place. Just like Stardew, there's plenty to do every day as you learn new spells and potions in between quests. Hunting down ingredients is especially good fun as you head into the woods to find all kinds of magical creatures and harvest their resources. That's just as painful as it sounds for the creatures. Add in a just granular enough potion brewing mechanic, and Little Witch in the Woods manages to be a satisfying deep dive into the world of elixirs and spells. If you're looking for a short but oh so sweet experience that evokes a giddy feeling of childhood joy, you can't miss Alba, a wildlife adventure. This is an experience built on that brilliant sensation of endless potential you had as a kid on holiday with no responsibilities other than to find fun. Alba, though, does find responsibilities as she tries to stop a hotel firm from building over an animal sanctuary on the Mediterranean island where her grandparents live. This means you need to photograph the flora and fauna of the island, chat to the townspeople, and generally take in the delight of this wholesome world. Everything is geared for pure relaxation and the gentle knowledge that everything's going to be okay, which is really all we ever need. We are always immediately suspicious of a game idea that clearly started as a pun, but the ultra laid-back Bear and Breakfast has proved itself a worthy addition to the cozy genre. There's nothing too onerous here, just a bear called Hank deciding to work in the hospitality industry and aiming to bring tourism back to an abandoned valley. Thankfully, our guests don't seem to be too upset that Hank's a bear, so there are plenty of opportunities to make everyone as comfortable as possible in each location. You can decorate, keep everything clean, and even ensure that guests have true fine dining experiences with resources scavenged from the forest. People pay a lot for those kinds of menus, you know. Moss? Here's to an excellent review on TripAdvisor. But if what you're looking for is something a little more puzzlier, well, to finish the list, Dorfromantik is a gentle puzzle game, and it's not just a city builder, but a country builder too. Each beautiful hexagon tile has to be placed on the map to connect with more trees, rivers, train tracks, and towns in order to fulfill requirements. The more goals you hit, the more tiles you earn, and the bigger the colourful map becomes. It's simple but constantly compelling as our creation grows in all directions. Even better is that the sprawling landscape starts to come to life. Boats chug along the rivers, fountains flow in town squares, and windmills turn as you transform the empty map into a lush countryside. It's just relaxing and cozy enough that, like a good jigsaw puzzle, you could even listen to a podcast at the same time. Perfect. So, that's some of the best cozy games you can play right now. All you need to do now is grab your favourite hot drink and settle down on the sofa. Although, if it's not too much effort, why not suggest some of your own ideas in the comments below before you get too comfy?